Hello, Internet Magic Man here from MMOBomb.com, bringing you another first look video. This time it's for the free-to-play MMORPG Sphere 3 Enchanted World, brought to you by Nikita Online. The game's currently in launch, a global launch, and is recently available on Steam. So if you want to play, there should be no IP blocks for you anywhere. We're going to spend 15-20 minutes in the game checking it out. I'm going to tell you right off the bat, this is a PvP-centric game. It's got more of an old-school feel to it. If you love that, the old days of epic scale PvP that goes on for 45 minutes, hour and a half, then this might be worth checking out here, although they've added some PvE content as well. In the launcher, you'll get the choice to launch on a PvE or PvP server. It's a PvP game, so yeah, even though I'm generally not into PvP, I opted to roll on a PvP server. So let's go into character creation. We'll spend a few minutes here because there's, quite frankly, not a lot to talk about. So you'll get a choice of your race, human or demon. Yes, there's an elf tab here and a dwarf tab here, but nope, not yet. Off the bat, free to play, you'll get humans or demons. And yeah, you'll notice that nowhere on the screen is there a male, female. So, yep, you guessed it. Gender locking, and very weird gender locking, actually. So there's a divider over here on the right for the class Barbarian, Paladin, Warrior, Ranger, Monk, Assassin, Sorcerer, Priest, Necromancer, with a little class description, strengths and weaknesses below. But they've got it segregated here, so your Barbarian, your Paladin, your Warrior are female. Your Sorcerer, Priest, or Necromancer is female. If you pick one of these three in the middle, Ranger, Monk, or Assassin, those are male. So if you've got a particular class that you want to play, you're gender locked on that. If you want to be a female, then you've got 6 classes to choose from. If you want to be a male character, you've only got 3 to choose from. Once you've picked a class, though, in this case, let's take Sorcerer, and we'll go to Next. We only have a few options. Our torso slider kind of does the entire torso from shoulders to hips, left and right. Arms, scale those shoulders and arms, legs, and then overall size, which makes our character taller or shorter. That's it. Only 4 sliders. You've got a couple preset hairstyles to choose from, preset faces. There's no real customization here, although you can random it up if you want to. And you can change the hair color and the skin color. Other than that, everybody's kind of looking the same. And gear-wise, everybody's looking the same for a while. Enter your character name, create your character, and you are good to go. Now, I have already been playing for a while with the Necromancer. I'm level 8, I think almost level 9. So we'll jump in and show some of the gameplay with my Necromancer here. Enemy character stops being invisible if he gets damage equal to at least 10% of his maximum health. Invisible? It's a Russian MMORPG, so I'll take this time to note for you that, yeah, the localization translations might be a little funny here and there. We've done that with some other games recently. Off the bat, you'll notice that it is not a tab target game. I have my aiming cursor right in the middle of the screen. Moving my mouse left to right just moves my camera. I can hit tab and get a mouse icon so that I can mouse over tooltips and level up my skills with skill points as I level and take a look at my quest journal. Everything very, very typical. Very, very typical. Now, you might be looking at it saying graphically, what, do you have the settings down? No. This is your graphic options here. That's it. That's all. Boom. Done. Unfortunately, not much to go on there. And with your interface, these are all the options. So it's pretty streamlined as far as what you can do. And it does obviously look a bit older than things we're playing recently, Blade and Soul and other games. Compare this to Final Fantasy XIV, and visually, yeah, you've got a big difference between the two. I'm going to tell you, pull up our map here. I'm going to do a quest. I've got this quest. We got to head over here to number 3. And now here's the first fatal flaw that I noticed in the game. I've played for a few hours, and I'm only level 8. And that's not to say that I'm, you know, I gotta level fast. No, I'm okay with a slow leveler. That's the slow leveling game. No problem. This is the max walk speed for my character, and it's killing me. There's no sprint or anything like that. You will get whistles occasionally that will give you a mount. You'll get the first one probably at about level 3, level 4 as a quest reward. But they don't last forever. So I used that one while I was leveling. I logged off, and then a day or two later I jumped back on to continue leveling, and my whistle was gone. I was very, very disappointed, very heartbroken, because this is the fastest you can go. Look, see, we started here by this 1. We're headed over to 3, and that's as far. You can press R so that you can auto-run, so you can just sit back and watch it do its thing. But, dear Lord, this is slow. Now, we're going to be experiencing the PvE content of this. I am in a neutral zone right now, once you get out of the starter zone, so I can attack other players if I want to. And they can attack me. However, since we're all in the same boat right now as far as our factions and everything, there would be karma points docked against us if we attacked other people. So you can do it. There is open world PvP. The game encourages it. But the big selling point behind Sphere 3 is the end game PvP. Now you've got to get to level cap for the castle sieges and things like that. And that's the big gameplay, the long PvP gameplay, where you can actually take your clan, which is your guild, and take over high and low level castles that are in various zones on the map. Taking over a castle gives your clan the ability to... alright, hold on, let's kill this guy. Now you're noticing that it is not tab targeting. It is more action-based combat, like you're familiar with Terra. However, it is hotbar heavy, and so there's and the animations / timing of the abilities. The whole game overall is just a little slower than I would like. It takes a while, a second or two, once a thing dies, to hit the ground and spawn the loot that you can pick up. The abilities sometimes get smushed together in funny ways, and you get stuck casting things. It's just a bit more old school than that. So if you want to take part in the castle sieges, great. Get yourself to level cap, get in a clan. You'll be able to control catapults and things like that. Taking over a castle nets your clan rewards, and the fucking walking simulator 2015, God, 2016. Taking over a castle nets your clan the ability to get high-end gear and bonuses. Losing that castle, of course, costs you those bonuses. Now, as a necromancer, I am a caster dealing in death-based damages, so you'll see me throwing buffs and debuffs on creatures and then spreading them to other creatures. I can also summon a minion, so we can bring our friend with us there, our resurrected mummy. Yes, and I still, besides the weapons in both of my hands, switching the gear as I've been leveling here to level 8, almost level 9, has resulted in no gear change on my character. Now, I assume at some point there's a level of gear that does gear change, or visual changes on your character. There would have to be, since we saw in our character creation a preview of additional gear. What looked like high-end gear. Maybe that's the gear you get for castles, but hold on to those castles if you take them over, because you don't want to lose them. Now we've got a quest up here. We've got to talk to the altar here. Great. And now we got to take out things over here. Who am I taking out? Shushbarin. So my quest log is in the upper right corner, right under my mini-map. I can hit tab and go ahead and click on any of those for some additional information. My mini-map shows me 1, 2, 3 where the quests are, and I can hit M to bring up the map. These green places on the map here are teleport insignias. So if I'm at this outpost here, I can teleport down to the Stone Sword Forest if I wanted to. So let's... Is this gonna pull everything? I don't want to pull everything. Oh boy, it pulled everything. This is not going to be good for me. I don't think this is going to pan out well. I've tried this before. It did not end well. I can cast most of my abilities while moving, though, because of the combat type. Oh, maybe this will work out. Let's press 7 and spread that pestilence. Oh, yeah. Get a little channel spell on there. Alright. And my mummy looks to have held off just as long, or held out as long as I've needed them to. Left and right mouse buttons do 2 different abilities. Everything else is hotkeyed down at the bottom, 1 through 8. You can see that down there. And I have multiple bars I can scroll through. This guy has an ass load of hit points. For crying out loud. It's level 9, but damn. Alright, we're going to have to retreat here because I am going to eat it if I don't. I may die anyway. Oh, just whoa, nope. My HP that was cheating. My HP started regenning, so I thought I was out of combat. And remember the walking simulator? Aw, yeah. Here you go. Don't die. Because now I have to resurrect at the nearest point, which is back in the town we started at. Use a resurrection scroll at the resurrection point, or I can resurrect right here where I died using a resurrection scroll. However, those, of course, are cash shop items. Now, I don't know if this window is going to open up, actually. The last time it did not. Oh, it opened up, but now I'll have to make sure that you guys can see it. Yeah. Resurrection scroll is 0,99 GT. I don't even know what that means. Don't even know what that means. Healing potions, consumables, top sellers are all, there you guessed it, teleportation, stuff like that. Is there actual gear in here? Equipment enchanting items are in here. There are mounts in here, 30-day and 7-day mounts. Masks, helmets, helmet of the Desert Lord. Does this have stats? Don't know. Can't see it. Alright, I'm out of the shop. The game's gear does, nearest resurrection point, the game's gear is able to be not only upgraded via materials, but also enchanted and of course, gemmed. Now see, look at how far, we're halfway. Well, that wasn't too bad. I thought it was actually going to drop me back in the outpost. And for a little while, I am invulnerable, but I also cannot use any of my skills. Falling damage, oh yeah. Dungeons open up for PvE players at level 20. There is a dungeon queue system, so you can queue up for a dungeon at level 20. At about level 8 or level 7, though, you will open up, in fact, let's do this, the challenge arena. Now, I've got 2 attempts left. It'll add another attempt in a few hours. This is a survival onslaught type deal. Take on waves of monsters, and each wave nets you better and better rewards, and you can leave anytime you want to. So right now, my experience for the wave will be 800. My gold for the wave will be 27. I'm going to summon my buddy. I have noticed inside the arena, though, there's an odd little... Performance-wise, the game hasn't had too many glitches besides the fun localization. Or too much lag. You saw when we did the settings, pretty high frame rate. But every time a wave starts, I get this odd, there it is. Every single time I start a wave, or if more monsters spawn in this wave, there's an odd frame drop for just a split second. Like, there it was again, because more guys spawned on the other side of the map. It's very odd. It's the only area of the game I've come across any graphical or performance issues so far is in the challenge arena. And it has nothing to do with the recording software, because I get this. It's reliable. It happens every single time at the exact same time, recording software or not. So we've just completed wave 1. My next wave is going to be in 30 seconds. I can trigger it now, but I want to let my HP and my necrotic energy fill up as much as possible. 16 seconds. So we've netted 800 experience and 27 gold. I could take those and leave, or we could go for the 850 and 54 which is what we're going to do here. See if we can take out the second wave of monsters in 3, 2, 1. And here we go. All right. Let's throw a couple debuffs around on you. Pull you into the group. Spread those debuffs, baby. Oh, yeah. This is... Wow, there's things everywhere. All right, I'm going to drop a... I don't have any more heal potions. We are in a bad place. Oh, my God. Let's take the... Can we take the reward and leave? We'll just take the reward and leave. We're not going to repeat. I don't have heal potions. There's no point in forcing that issue. All right, so let's head on back over to our quest. WASD movement. The mouse moves your camera left and right. Tab will give you the mouse or the aiming circle. And then all of your hotbar abilities down at the bottom. So fairly standard controls. If you've played something like Terra, then yeah, you're going to be already familiar with this. Oh, let's clear that. We got the... Yep. You know what, let's just go ahead and hide the tips. I think I've figured this out by now. As you level, you do get skill points that you can spend in multiple different little trees on certain abilities so that you can up the damage. For instance, I've spent quite a few points in Necrotic Arrow. 3 points to increase the damage inflicted by the skill 10%, increase the damage inflicted by another 10%, increase the damage by another 10%. Of course, those come unlocked at certain levels, so I need upgrade reinforcement 1 required. I haven't bought that one yet. And this is level 5, level 6. So you need to buy the previous skill point item and be the appropriate level. I've also increased the range of my Necrotic Arrow 1 point. So hopefully we can up that a little bit as we go here too. All right, let's go back up the mountainside here. I wish I could clear that stuff out. Questing is very generic. It's kill 10 of these, collect 5 bear balls, the same thing you've done in every other MMO. And that's what my kind of overall feeling of Sphere is. It's just kind of meh for me. The end game PvP big stuff doesn't hold any draw for me, and the PvE isn't exciting enough or good enough for me, or different enough even for me. It's a little slower than Terra, even though it tries to emulate that combat. It's not quite as responsive. It's just years late for me in my book. All right, so let's summon this. This guy, I mean, he just has so much in the hit point department. Is there a quest item that maybe I'm supposed to be using? Nope. Cleared out my bags and sold them after I did my tutorial quest on how to enchant and upgrade my weapons. And yep, everything comes at you. Alright, let's do this. Get rid of this. No, I want that demon out of there. I need that. Alright, there's one. Take out the second demon. Because I need my little buddy there. I need my resurrected mummy as long as possible. And it won't let me summon him again right now. To kind of get ready. See, I'll cast it right now even though my mummy is dying. And it'll give me... Oh, it did work! Oh! Last time it gave me a message that said that it couldn't be summoned here. That's awesome. I'll take it. Now I just need... him to pick up some aggro here. Oh, God. Screw it. We're not doing this one right now. We're going to head northwest on the map. Hopefully we'll pop into the next zone, because that's where my quest is taking me to. And I just have a feeling that maybe I shouldn't be doing that yet, because that guy's got so much in the hit points department that there's just no way I can compete there. All right, go around these rocks. And I've only seen, no joke, I'm dead serious when I say this. This is not saying something to be amusing on a first look. I've played the game for a total of probably about 4 to 5 hours now. Spent most of my time running, and that's spaced out over 2 to 3 days. I've come across one other player. One. Take that for what you will. One other player. I mean, I don't want to be mean to the game. It's not... It's just a little late, you know, from a smaller company that you may not have heard of, Nikita Online. And it doesn't do anything. It's unfortunate that the big selling point of the game, or the big marketing point of the game, is this awesome PvP, and then you go to the wiki page and you look up, oh, let's take a look at Siege, and it's a high-level thing. They claim there are over 1,000 PvE quests that will take up to 600 hours to do. And to me, a big portion of that 600 hours is probably the running. It's probably the walking from place to place. Did he just say Black Rock Mountains? I've like totally ignored everything. Oh, Red Rock Plateau. Okay. Because the quests, the storyline starts with every MMO storyline you've ever heard. Your character was taking part in a big war, got injured, wakes up, doesn't know where they are in a bin somewhere. All right, so let's head on over to 1 and 3 here. We'll press R and sit back. Don't have our hands on a keyboard, on a mouse, or anything. This is the way to game. Does not do shit. Press M, bring the map up again. Tab to get my little aiming thing. This is the life. Just watching the character run, ignoring monsters because it takes forever to get to our quest objective. Oh, really? Really? I run slow enough already, and the creatures put a slow on me. Deep wound reduces damage, movement speed, and inflict. This game should not include anything that impacts movement speed. Oh my god. Please don't touch my movement speed. Alright, here's my targets. You can see if I just put a cursor on there, it turns green in the middle. Here, let me back off and show you this. Alright. So it's red in the middle because they're out of range, yellow, and green. So you get an idea of how close you should be. Lower right-hand corner shows me their stats and tells me that that is a quest target of mine. Here comes my resurrected mummy just running through the snow. Get him, buddy. Go ahead and get him. Good job. Way to get here. Way to get here. And look at that. A little late on the spawn for the loot. So it's just a little slower than I'd like. For this type of combat, I just think the game should be a little more responsive. I do like some of the models for the monsters. Yep, see, I tried to loot too fast by pressing F. Oh, that's another thing. You will get caught in the environment all over the place. So much so, check it out. There's a hot air balloon over here. Character evacuation. You will get stuck in the environment so often that the game puts the unstuck button right on your main user interface. Alright, we got 3 out of 5 of them. Gotta wait for the loot to drop. And then I need 4 of these things. Now see, this time I can just dot them up and burn them down. I don't have to spread the plague on them since they're fighting one thing at a time. Alright. And this may be a mistake, hitting this. I do not have much health left, and I still foolishly have not gone back to town because it's a long-ass walk to buy health potions. And there we are. We're going to leave it there. That's Sphere 3, gang. If you want to check it out, head to your nearest resurrection point on Steam or on the Sphere 3 Enchanted World website. Get it downloaded, and if you get to level cap and you do some of the PvP, throw a video up and make sure to link us up. We'd love to see it. This is Magic Man from MMOBomb.com saying stay safe, and we'll see you out on the servers.